That truck is wedged there.
Wow.
What's up everyone, welcome back for another video. If you're not subscribed, be sure, hit that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, you're awesome, thank you. Today's video, continuing the daily uploads, so obviously daily, so when we stop being daily, you're not going to want to miss the content, so that's why you should be hitting that subscribe button. So let's get into the video, doing some last minute stuff on the truck before we move. So if you go back to the scrapyard video, which was 2 days ago for you guys, stopped off and got some oil and oil filter for the truck because we're down to 13% oil left. So we're gonna change that oil today really quick. A couple other things, I don't know if we're gonna be able to see it, but that light bar on the roof rack up there, that's gotta go bye-bye. And behind that is maxtrax, that little orange thing. But yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing today. We might also be taking the peak suspension coilover conversion thing off of these and putting the stock stuff back on. Not sure if that's gonna happen today though, because it's actually nice out today for once in like the past like 2-3 weeks, and might make a fire in the fire pit, but I gotta chop some wood for that too, so hopefully it's not all soaked from the rain we've had constantly. But I'm gonna shut up. Let's get this oil changed. I do have a video on doing this. I think I have a video on changing the oil on your truck, so I'll link that up in the top corner if I did make one. If not, I'll give you like a brief rundown on how to do it. It's very simple, obviously, but let's get that done and then figure out what we're doing for the light bar and other stuff. Oh yeah, one other thing is I mentioned about reinstalling the rear leaf, which they're actually sitting back there. Those like little rusty looking pieces of metal right there. It's sitting back there. I realized last night that I can't install that because the extended bolts you need to put in the leaf pack or whatever is packed up with the stuff that was in this cabinet here. So that's not happening. Obviously, it's looking very barren over there and over there and over there. We're getting there. So let's get this oil changed. So what you're gonna need is some brightness here. So obviously what you need is your oil pan, a 15mm wrench or socket with the ratchet if you go that route, 24mm socket for the oil filter cap. Pretty annoying on these trucks, they're in a bad spot, but then that's the filter I usually get. There's a couple other ones that fit. Remember that one. And then 6 quarts of 5W30 synthetic. That's something I literally always do, is spill oil on the floor. So wish me luck that I don't spill it. Even though I always try to be extra careful to not do it, I always do it. Doesn't help that the plug is directly out sideways, so it kind of like shoots out almost towards the tire. So I'm going to put the oil pan almost touching the tire. Maybe just touch the tire. Go from there. Then we'll just keep an eye on it. Then we got to dig deep here. The worst part. Why do they do this? I can't even get my hand in there. Okay. It comes with the new O-ring. Just change it. So at the top of it looks like clips in. There you go. Now we gotta struggle to get this back. Okay. Pretty simple. Don't forget to put the plug back in underneath, and then you're ready to fill up with oil. Castrol Edge for all your synthetic needs. And then just make sure you reset your little oil life meter in the car if you have one. Something I usually do, it's not necessary. I'll run the car a few minutes before I go do an oil change, just so the oil's a little warmer and I feel like it flows a little better. I don't know if that's just in my mind or that's the principles of oil, but if you're doing that, be careful if you run it too long because you'll burn the shit out of your hands. I mean, plus on this car specifically, you got to dig your hand in to get the oil filter, and that's, you don't want to be doing that with the hot engine. It's very bright out. Just let me take the maxtrax off. These are the brackets. If I can find these on Amazon, I'm going to link them for you. I'll link the maxtrax on Amazon and these brackets. If you want to buy those maxtrax or these brackets, use my link, please. Helps me out. Kind of don't want to take this roof rack off, but we're going to do it. So I had it zipped up nice. The wires. Probably didn't need to clip that one off. Let's look at it. Still looks good that way too. Doesn't even need a light bar. Now, I spoke about it in yesterday's video, the video before that, about remounting the light bar. So I'm gonna find a couple pictures of different vehicles with either this Baja Designs or the KC Highlights light bar. I guess it'll kind of show you more of what I'm talking about, how I want them mounted instead, because that looks a lot better to me, in my opinion, than the way this truck looked with this light bar mounted on top of the rack like that. That's the look I'm going for instead. I do notice that all those vehicles have 8 lights and this only has 7 also. It'll work fine because the bar across the roof rack that it will be attached to is slotted the entire way, so it'll be easy to just mount them wherever it needs to be instead of specifically. And then eventually, if I ever want to get like an 8th light, because these are linkable, I could always add that and just slide the bracket over a little bit and it should work fine. So that's the look I'm probably going to go for when we remount these, or I'll just throw these on after we get to Utah and then eventually mount it like that, but that's how I want it to look. Yesterday I took apart the bed rack. That's all the bolts. Completely ridiculous. I mean, it's pretty damn sturdy and I can't ask for anything more. But there's a lot of bolts. That and then the Rotopax mounts, those are all off, so the roof rack, so the bed rack is in the basement in pieces, kind of zip tied up together, which might make its way into the bed of this truck. Not too sure just yet, because I'm probably not going to put it in another box because it's pretty damn heavy. And I want to throw some stuff in the bed of this truck just to make it easy, probably like the awkward shaped things that I don't really care about. Mainly the stuff that I don't really care if it gets ruined, or the sturdy stuff like that rack. The jack and the jack stands are going to go in there, and I got to figure out a couple other things that I'm probably going to throw in there. Maybe a couple of the boxes out of here just to make it easy. Probably those, probably the shocks actually. Those will probably make its way in the truck. Who knows? But I got some space in both vehicles to put stuff. I need to make sure I get the wheels, those wheels right there in the 190 somehow. Then also I can't forget the bumpers and side skirts that are in the attic. I think that's going to be it for today. Should be, I didn't edit it at the time of me talking, but there should have been a quick one. Getting all this stuff done. Truck's ready to go. I don't know when I'm going to load it up with stuff. Maybe the day before the house movers come, just so there's less boxes for them and me to have to go through to be like, don't touch that, touch me. Another tip while you're changing your oil, while you're under your car or truck, it's a lot easier with a truck, obviously, if you're watching this for the truck content. You don't have to lift the truck to get underneath, which is very nice, but you might need a little step stool to get to the oil filter. But while you're under there, I usually like to check just like the ball joint. I give it like a once over, looking at like the CV boots and stuff like that to make sure nothing's torn, because you're already under there. No big deal. Look at the truck one more time because it looks pretty good. It almost looks better this way than with the light bar. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to mount that light bar in front. All right, so anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for joining me on this one. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell icon thing, turn on the notifications so you don't miss any uploads. Leave some comments down below for me. If you made it this far, just leave the comment synthetic. I will see you guys tomorrow, I think. Yeah, tomorrow. We're going to see tomorrow. We're doing dailies. Peace out.